Mr. Impulse Purchase here, back with another male action figure. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Rorornororono Zoro from One Piece, Romance Dawn Edition, who unfortunately I know nothing about because I have not watched One Piece. Please don't judge me. However, he is a pretty cool guy. I like my swords. Because of all the delays, didn't really have anything to buy this month, so that's why we're here. He's got a nice white and green box with figure shots all around it. And at the top there is a straw hat cutout. Very cute. So for these kind of boxes, do you guys open from the left or the right? I usually open from the right because I guess I'm right-handed. There are also some instructions on the right flap. He's just in one tray and you can see everything that he comes with. I think he does come with a fair amount of stuff, and we'll get into that later of course. Here he is. I guess he looks pretty good. Pretty much exactly how I remember him to look, despite not having seen the anime. He's mostly just green, white and black, which is quite simple, but I think everything looks nice put together. He has spiky green hair, his gold earrings, a white short sleeve, you call this a Henley shirt I think? He has his black bandana on his arm. He has a green sash around his waist, which is different from his hair. And it also has a hole for his swords. For his lower body, he's just in all black. There are some creases and things, so it doesn't look too plain. Again, overall design is quite simple, but I do like the look. His swords and sheaths just plug right into his sash. They attach quite well, and we'll take a detailed look at them later. For articulation, his head turns like this. So his head pretty much turns any way you want. He can nod. So he's got movement at both the top and bottom of the neck. He can tilt his head either side as well. So overall, head has quite good movement. So he raises his arms this much. So you will have to mess with it so it doesn't gap too much. Otherwise it turns like this, all the way around. So once again you will have to finesse it a little bit, but it's not too bad. So going backwards, you can reach back about this far. So once again you will have to be careful when moving it. So you can reach backwards a whole bunch at the expense of some gapping, which I suppose you can fix. So this is what it looks like from the back. Reaching forwards, you can reach forwards like this. So once again you will have to finesse it a little bit and you can get into some crazy poses. So there is some like articulation in there. Otherwise he has a bicep swivel. His arm bends like so. Not too bad. His wrists rotate. Move up and down. Pretty much how you would expect. For upper torso movement, he doesn't really tilt. He can just kind of wiggle a little bit. Upper torso can bend forward and backwards a little bit and comes off. That's what the inside looks like. His middle shirt piece is a soft plastic. He can't really tilt. He can rotate a little bit. For torso movement, you probably want to combine it with the hip movement. This is as far forwards as he can bend. And this is as far back as he can bend. This is how he tilts. And he can also rotate. His green sash is kind of a floating piece, and it's also soft plastic. His legs spread like this. He doesn't have pull down legs. He kicks backwards and forwards like this. He does have an upper leg rotation. His knees bend like this. His boots rotate as well. His feet can go up and down. They can turn. And they can tilt as well. Finally, he does have a toe bend. For accessories, he has a total of 5 faceplates. There are 3 without the bandana, and there are 2 with the bandana. He also comes with an extra Luffy face. He has a default stern looking face, which looks quite nice. He has a super exaggerated kinda angry sharp teeth face. I think more characters should come with these exaggerated expressions. He has a super happy laughing face. Those were the faces without the bandana, of course. To switch to his bandana faces, you just pop the head right off. Don't forget to remove the bandana from the arm, which is a nice detail. Then you simply pop the other head on. His default bandana head is a shouting kind of attack face. You are able to slot his third sword in his mouth, and there is a little groove to help keep it in. To swap his bandana faceplate, simply remove the bandana and swap faces like you usually would. He has a kind of cheesy grin, cocky smile. And here is the funny Luffy face. For hands, he has 8 pairs total. He has default fisty hands. He has sword holdy hands. Sword holding unsheathing hands, I guess. And kind of grabby gesture hands. The hands are mostly okay, however some of them are a little bit hard to plug in for me, even after heating them up a little bit, but it might just be my copy as well. Here is a closer look at his 3 swords. The swords aren't actually in the sheaths, and there are just the handles which you can pull out. Otherwise the swords themselves do look quite nice. It's nice to have a cool bunch of accessories even though they are kind of repeated. There's a whole bunch of different combinations you can do when posing and things. With his articulation as well, he can get into some cool poses. However, you will have to finesse the shoulders a little bit to get them to look good and to move the way that you want them to. His feet do allow him to balance quite well. For height, he is just shy of 16 centimeters or 6 1/4 inch. Here he is next to Figma Samurai, Nikkei Girls, SHF Girls, and the Shorties. Overall, he is a pretty cool SHF, which I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention he was an SHF. Would be even cooler if his swords actually came out of the sheaths instead of just being a little handle. What the hell is that noise? But that would probably also increase the cost, so it's not a big deal. His arms, while allowing for good articulation, are a little bit finicky at times. Maybe it's just a skill issue on my part, but sometimes they got a little bit stuck. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.